Scott, it turns out it was the 10-year anniversary for Five Nights at Freddy's, right? And because this last week was the 10-year anniversary, every day they revealed a new photo, a new sneak peek at an animatronic, and it actually revealed a lot of what we can expect to see in this second movie. So let's go back to like the very beginning and work our way up and see where some of the confusion and where some fans are going, what's happening here, what's going on. So, geez, we got a lot of reposting. So let me just go to the media section here. All right. So when looking at this, we first got like a photo like this, and this is part of an endoskeleton of it. We talked about that last time. Yes, good. We have the Chica faceplate. Learn my lesson. I'm no longer going to be Googling Toy Chica on Google because, oh my God, I almost got banned on YouTube for that. I apologize for anyone who saw that live, but Toy Chica will not be Googled anymore. At least during live streams, you know what I'm saying? But we had that. And then we kept getting more. We had here someone from the Jim Henson Company working on what appears to be the Toy Bonnie animatronic, and it's looking really good. Like, it's looking so good. We get a much better one in a second, but that's exciting. I'm like, dude, they really are revealing more. And then we got the animatronic. And I'm like, oh, it's so cool that they're actually building these things, all the mechanical pieces, all the little wiring. And what was so amazing to me about the Five Nights at Freddy fans is, dude, they were freaking analyzing every inch of this photo, finding clues, finding things. Right here, I don't even think you can see it. Is it visible? Right under here on the nameplate, right here, right where my mouse is, right there it says W Bonnie. I thought it said W Boner. Just letting that sit in for a second. But fans saw it said W Bonnie, and now that's where our first hint came in. Oh my God. All along, we've been getting teases of the toy animatronics, which don't get me bad now. Toy FNAF animatronics. Please don't, nothing nasty pop up. Okay, good. These guys, like, okay, they're definitely showing up in the movie. They were in the second FNAF game. They're going to be part of the movie. That's going to be cool to see, especially Chica. Freddy, Mangled, like, oh, dude, seeing them come to life, it was kind of expected, and we got that confirmation. But then there are other animatronics in that second game we didn't think about, and that W Bonnie led people to go, Withered Bonnie. So we're going to be seeing the Withered animatronics as well. So let me pop those out. Withered. And this is then where some confusion started to come in, and people were like, oh, so here we have the Withered version of what looks like the classic animatronics from the first movie. Now, any layman who like doesn't know that much about Five Nights at Freddy's, and I'm still very much not that knowledgeable, a lot of holes in my knowledge, but I do my best here for you guys. Although these look like the animatronics from the first movie, right? FNAF movie. Like these guys just, obviously all withered and beaten up and taken down. These are not the same ones. In the video game world, these animatronics were from the original Five Nights at Freddy's Pizza and had just been, withered, essentially, here. So we're like, okay, but it's already been confirmed that Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is going to be a sequel. In the video games, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is a prequel taking place before the first video game. And it's like, so how are they going to make that make sense? And that's where a lot of the confusion is. Are they just going to change the lore up and just have these withered ones be the same ones from the first movie? Just, it's been, I don't know, 5-10 years, and they've been battling Spring Bonnie or the Yellow Rabbit in that closet for so long that they got that way? I don't know. Or are we actually going to find another pizzeria restaurant, the original Freddy Fazbear, and then we're finding these animatronics in there? But then if we do, how do we explain the toy animatronics? Basically, what I'm saying is we could possibly be getting 3 sets of animatronics in Five Nights at Freddy's, because part of me feels like they would show them again, right? Why wouldn't they show them? Or is their story done? Are we just never seeing this version of the animatronics again? Then we got to see the withered ones, which are a whole different set. And then we got to see the toy FNAF animatronics. In the video games, I know there's some crazy long explanation for why that's fine and it makes sense. But when you go into adapting a movie, you can't have that crazy explanation. You got to make it make a lot more sense. And look, we're already seeing people, which would be awesome. Toys versus withered. Ooh, now that's how you get people excited. Animatronics versus animatronics. Dude, But that's kind of like the confusion part, because the movie world has already started creating its own lore, deviating from the source material, which I think is exciting. It doesn't have to be exactly like the games. If anything, kind of needs to make a little bit more sense. So we have that, right? And now let's keep going. So we saw W Boner, aka W Bonnie, pop up, and we're like, all right, so that's the Withered Bonnie, and then full confirmation, Withered Foxy. This is obviously the Foxy head being built for the Withered one. He's right there. You can see it looks basically exactly. Looking at the detail of the cracked head, the mouth, all that. Ooh, he's gonna. Oh no, that's Tom Hardy. That is not Foxy. Sorry about that. But here, it's looking exactly, and I'm like, dude, that looks good. This photo of Daco is so funny. But that looks really good. It's coming together nicely. So it's confirmed we're getting those two sets of animatronics in this movie, and work together, fight together, or how they'll explain it. That's what I'm curious about here. So we had Foxy pop up. That was cool. Then we went in, and this was even cooler to me. Some more of that movie magic. We have Doug here, who I like to name Doug, which is going to be one of the people actually wearing the suit. And this is, I'm assuming, is for Toy Bonnie. It could be Withered Bonnie, because if you look at the back, which FNAF fans did, that looks like it could be Withered Bonnie, or it could be Springtrap. Honestly, can I read what that says? I think it says Bonnie right there. I very clearly read it says it's Withered Bonnie. So this is the Withered Bonnie animatronic. Oh, dude, look at that little chest piece. Sponsored by Under Armour. That's canon. Under Armour parts inside the FNAFs. Put that down, Scott and Matt Pat, when you come out of retirement or whatever. So we had that. Let me see. What are no? Am I missing some? Hang on. Let me hit refresh. Okay, well those are missing. And then we got these, and then we'll talk about these scripts that they leaked. We got these guys, and again, you could see in the back all the withered looks that they're supposed to have and whatnot. They're doing great work. It's all looking fantastic, right? And where is the main one? I just saw it. The best looking one, which has to pop up here. Let's get it. Let's go. This one. Oh my God, that looks perfect. The eyes look great. The head looks good. Like, this is looking awesome. These are going to be very exciting part of the movie, because if I understand correctly, these actually aren't even, how do I say it, taken over by kids' souls. And I felt like, unfortunately, that's one of those pieces of the lore in the FNAF world that kind of made it hard to see the animatronics as villains. Because, again, since we know these are like the souls of dead children, thanks to William Afton and whatnot, it's hard to see them as killers and bad people or things to be scared of. You know, that's why they had that scene where they were building the fort and Bonnie falls and all that. It's like, dude, anybody who knew nothing about Five Nights at Freddy's and went in and saw that scene, they were like, these are supposed to be the things we're afraid of? What's going on? And so with the toy animatronics, you don't really have that there. These aren't supposed to be kids' souls or anything like that. They're just evil robots. And I'm like, okay, that's better. That's crazier. They're sexy, but it's better. All right. Yeah, toys are not possessed. Good. Okay. Because I got to get this right, man. Because if I get this wrong, FNAF community come after me. There'll be a clip of me on Twitter, and then it's over. Okay. Then it's over for me. Please don't let it be over for me. But they're not bad. No. I thought aren't they all bad? What if they're bad? See, I'm just not getting anything right. I got to brush up on that. The toys are supposed to be security. Well, anybody comes in there, they're going to be trouble. They're going to be trouble. But then that leads us into this next thing that they revealed with the movie, which I thought was kind of an interesting marketing technique, and did a lot of reading. The FNAF Scott, for the final day, posted 4 scripts, or 4 pages from a script. And he let us know that one script is real, or one page is real, while the other 3 are fake. Looking into them, it was kind of easy to decipher which was which. So I'm not going to bore you and read all this. You can pause and read it if you want. But the easy giveaway is, if you look at every page here, you could see there's a number on the top right corner. Here it says number 25, right? And that indicates the page number. So this is on page 25, on page 18, on page 58, and on page 4. So that lets you know how deep into the movie you are. To me, that immediately let me know Well, it's not going to be page 58. That's really deep into the movie. That would just give away kind of a big crucial part. You could piece together some stuff and it'd be a huge spoiler. So no. And also with page 58, they're talking about plushies that are like contagious with a virus. And that was one of the scrap scripts for Five Nights at Freddy's, if you remember. They were going to do like a FNAF plushies take Manhattan story. And that's very obviously what this was, talking about the plushies. So this page is not it. Then there was another page where I believe it was this one. I think it was this one where they started talking about the government. Yeah, this one. It was number 18, which is still kind of early into the movie, but maybe deep enough you start revealing some stuff. And it's just this whole thing about how Freddy Fazbear's was like a government experiment and that the government was funding this pizzeria for these high-tech robots. I know there's like some lore in the world that like kind of helps this out or out there. I haven't fully dive into it, but into the movie world, that would be one a ridiculous direction to go in. That the government was funding a Chuck E. Cheese like place just because they had high-tech animatronics. That's how you lose people. That's how you lose people. Ain't no way they putting that in the movie, right? So, I mean, even the line here says, "Whoever heard of testing government financed tech on robots designed to entertain kids?" You become Madam Web level bad if that was the real movie. So, obviously, it wasn't page 18. Page 25 sounded pretty realistic to me. It had Toy Chica in there, and it even talked about the original Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria right there. So it's like, okay, a second location that fits in line with the second game. Toy Chica, she's already confirmed to be part of the movie, having a little scene with Vanessa and tapping her head. This one might be real. I'm not going to lie. This one could still possibly be real, but I'm going to go with page 4. Page 4 is early on into the movie, and it also feels like an opening scene similar to the security guard that got killed in the beginning of the first movie. Essentially, this scene is about a man who's bringing a group of kids, or a kid, to a carousel, and we also get a hint at some other animatronics or characters in the FNAF world, like the gator, which is a character, a wolf, and a hippo. All animatronics that or characters in the FNAF world we haven't seen. That could be part of it. Would be nice to throw them in. They point out the blue bunny, which is of course pointing Bonnie. Things like that. Like this scene felt to me like, yeah, this is probably it, and it's probably the opening. Abandoned Freddy's Pizzeria and Theater dining room. I'm thinking this is the real scene, but we'll see. Either way, all this stuff is kind of cool and exciting. You know, I hope the movie's good. I had a lot of issues with that first movie, and I wanted to love it more than I came out loving it. I just enjoyed it for what it was, but a lot of my enjoyment just came because I did my homework and research trying to know as much about the world as possible, and it helped me see the movie from that appreciation level. But I'm really excited to see the toy animatronics. They're going to be the thing I'm most excited about to see in the movie. Have them move and talk and what they do. If they bump up the R rate, it's going to be PG-13, but if they bump up the violence a little bit, make it more scary with creatures like Mangle in there, you got to have a scary scene. You can't mess up Mangle. Mangle's like one scary looking animatronic. You got to do something there. The withered animatronics thrown in there versus the toy animatronics like some people were suggesting. Yeah, it could be fun. And also, where's William Afton fit into all this? I need more Matthew Lillard. Matthew Lillard, have a three-way fight with all them. Whatever, man. I'm excited to see it. So there's your update there. This one has to be more violent and scary. Yeah, I agree. I'm good. Was that the bite of 87? Yeah. And let's have that jump scare though. Okay. All right.